a wonderful couple days here in Stockholm following Icelandair's very first Airbus scheduled flight, it's time to head back to their hub at Reykjavik Keflavik International on the exact same aircraft that brought me here, which at the time of making this video was their only A321. My aircraft for the flight back up to Reykjavik Keflavik would be TF-IAA, an Airbus A321neo LR that was delivered directly to Icelandair in November of 2024 and carries the name Aistja, which is a mountain situated in southwestern Iceland located about 10 kilometers from the capital city of Reykjavik. A couple days prior to this flight, I did have the opportunity to fly on Icelandair's first ever Airbus scheduled flight from Iceland to here in Stockholm in the airline's Saga class on the new A321. For this flight back to Iceland, I will be taking a ride in their economy class, which is also updated and very new. Here is a quick walkthrough of the economy cabin so you can see all the window alignments. And just as a warning, row 25 has no window. My seat for this flight over to Iceland will be 24A. As you can see, Icelandair has updated their IFE system on their new Airbus A321s, but I'll explain it more once we're in the air.
Well, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. From the flight captain, I'd like to welcome aboard this Keflavik Iceland flight. We are just about getting ready for departure, just waiting for last bags to be loaded. Once they are in, we will close the doors and initiate our flight. Flight time 3 hours and 10 minutes. We are expecting fairly good weather conditions en route, but although we might experience some very light air turbulence, but I would like to tell you now there's absolutely nothing here to worry about. Just be careful if you have any drinks around. And the weather waiting for us in Keflavik, winds are blowing from the southwest and cloudy skies, but we will discuss the latest weather before we commence approach into Keflavik, Iceland. But meanwhile, it's time to settle in your seats, relax, and enjoy the flight and the service on board. Thank you.
For those in economy, your complimentary offering includes coffee, tea, or water. Let's go over some of the features of this new aircraft for Icelandair. There was a decent amount of room between my knees and the seat in front of me, as well as at my feet. In the seat back pocket there was of course a safety card as well as an air sick bag. Back in December 2024, Icelandair became the first airline to fly with Astrava, the leading in-flight entertainment system solution from Panasonic Avionics. This system comes on board all of the airline's A321neo LRs. Let's look more in depth into this new IFE system. On their new in-flight entertainment system, of course they offer movies as well as TV, along with instructions on how to connect to the Wi-Fi, along with information about Icelandair, games for children, and other fun features that are in English as well as Icelandic. And of course my personal favorite is the moving map, which is really updated and looks super duper new compared to the old IFE systems on other Icelandair planes. This new moving map is super in-depth, and you can even see moving water on the oceans if you look close enough, along with different points of view including from the windows as well as the cockpit, and of course the overview of the flight as well, along with other information about the flight you're on. They also have this feature called spatial audio, which essentially acts as stereo if you have larger headphones. The buttons on one side of the screen include the power, flight attendant call button, as well as the light for over your seat, along with the volume. With the other side offering 2 headphone jacks as well as USB plugs. And I would like to point out that these are USB-C ports and no longer USB-A, according to the new European Union mandate. I spent pretty much the rest of the flight watching TVs and movies, along with looking outside the window at the views beneath us with the 3-hour-long sunset, given I was taking this flight in December.
Iceland will be starting our landing preparations, so please use this time to rearrange your belongings and store any hand luggage. We also encourage you to check your seat pocket for any left behind.
8 mínútur yfir 3. Vinsamlegast sitjið með sætisbelti spennt þar til slökkt hefur á sætisbelti.
I had an absolutely wonderful flight on board this Icelandair Airbus aircraft from Stockholm to here in Iceland. At the time this video was recorded, this was the only Airbus in Icelandair's fleet, but at the time of posting this video, they do have 4 Airbus A321s in their fleet. From here I do continue on to Boston with Icelandair on board one of their super rare 767s. The video for that is already up on my channel.